Bond is a workplace attorney. She's based in Philadelphia, and she advises people who have workplace problems and have lost their jobs about their rights. So I want to talk to both of you very specifically at this point. We know what the national trend is. Brad, if people are looking for a job today, we know the situation is improving, but what's the first thing you want to tell them to do?
The first piece of advice I give to people is they must be active job seekers. And one of the biggest mistakes that people make is when they are looking for a job, they sit behind their computer, they apply to a few jobs, they shoot out a few emails, and then they get incredibly frustrated they don't hear back. They need to get away from the computer, use that as a first step, but pick up a phone, call people, talk to them, meet people, network your way to a job, and that is the single best way to land a job. Don't just expect it to come magically into your inbox. You need to get out there and work hard at it.
Okay, you're going to give us a specific tip when we come back on how to do that. Before we take a break, Robin, I want to ask you, for those tens of thousands of people who still face layoffs on a daily basis, you're in shock when it happens, you may not be thinking all that clearly. What's the thing that you should remember as you get that layoff notice and you're leaving the building?
Well, the first thing you want to make sure of is, is my discharge characterized in such a way that I'm eligible for unemployment compensation? That means you're fired because you did nothing wrong. You know, it's a layoff, a downsizing. You want to make sure it's not characterized as you quit or characterized as you are leaving for misconduct, because that will make you ineligible for unemployment. You want to make sure you sign on via the website to the unemployment compensation website and get your application moving the day after you get your termination notice.
Okay, you've both got more tips for us. We're not done with either of you yet. Robin and Brad, stay with us for a moment. I'm going to break down the jobs picture a little further for you right after this break. Many of you are either looking for work or dealing with the fact that you just lost your work. So I'm going to talk more with Brad Karsh of JobBound. He's in Chicago, and workplace law expert Robin Bond, who's in Philadelphia. I'm going to start with you, Robin. If your company lays you off, they've obviously been thinking about it for longer than you have. They give you an offer. Do you have to take that offer of severance as it's given to you?
Absolutely not. And by law, if you're age 40, they have to give you 21 days to review that offer and tell you you have the right to consult with an attorney before you accept it. I say they've made you the first offer. Now you look at it and you go back and can very respectfully ask the company to reconsider that offer based on several things. You have to ask yourself, well, what's my leverage? What have I done for the company? How have I increased value? Have I met all my objectives for the year? Has that brought $1 million to the company's bottom line? And if so, perhaps instead of getting 6 weeks of severance, you know, they would respectfully request or consider your request for 9 weeks. And you just make an argument that is persuasive.
Okay, so it's open for discussion. I guess that's the important point.
It's open for discussion.